My name is Shannon Chavla, and I'm a licensed acupuncturist and the creator of Pathways to Pain Relief course. So, is it possible to make friends with pain? Yes, I believe it is. Is it a simple process? Sometimes, not always. Does it take work? Yeah, absolutely. Does it take being really kind to ourselves? Yes. What if we don't know how to do that? What if we've never done that before? So let's talk a little bit about the idea of making friends with pain. So when I bring up this topic with people that I work with, for some people, they stop and go, never thought about that. And for many, they say, are you crazy? I mean, how am I supposed to make friends with something that has changed my life drastically? How am I supposed to make friends with something that doesn't allow me to live the kind of life that I want? I don't know. Sometimes that's where we need to make friends with something. So, what is this idea or this word, making friends with something? It's really about how do we find continuity? How do we find a familiarity? How do we find a safe feeling? What is it that happens when you are in a friendship with someone that you really, really love and trust? So think about that first of all. Just think about someone in your life that's like your good friend. So what's the first thing you feel when you're in their presence? You feel maybe lightness. Maybe you feel like you want to laugh, or maybe you feel like you want to just talk about the stuff that's not working in your life. Maybe you want to go have an adventure. Maybe you want to there's so many things actually. But I want to drop it down to the energetics of that. What does it feel like when you're in the presence of someone that you really, really like? So if you have that capacity already to know what it feels like to be in the presence of someone that is your friend, that means that your body and mind already knows how to be there. Now, everyone has their own level of insecurity and everyone has their own styles of friendship. But there is a way to make friends with something that is not easy. So I like to see it as this idea of the difference between a power struggle and kind of a smoothing out of energy. So when we have a lot of chronic pain, right, there tends to be a lot of power struggle because you have to live your life, right? You have to go and do things, but you got a migraine that's a 10 out of 10, or your back pain, or long COVID has reared its head. Your body just aches. So how are you supposed to make friends with that? Well, it starts by not trying to have a power struggle, but by softening your body and your mind and coming into a place that allows you to just be present with the moment. So, I suppose all those words that I'm using could be unfamiliar to some people, and that's okay. That's because it's just not practiced that often. I think culturally we often are like, go, 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 fight, fight, fight. I know I'm perfect. I'm all good, right? But how do we just come into a place just for a moment, taking a big, deep breath in and a breath out. And in that moment, it doesn't mean that you're changing everything, but that you are inviting in something new, a partnership. What if it changed from a power struggle to a partnership? So when we're in partnership, that means we're talking about things. We're working things out, right? Sometimes it's easier on one side or the other, but you're working it out. because you're listening. You're listening to what's being said. And that's exactly what's happening with your body. Your body wants you to listen to what it needs. But so often we have not, right? A lot of times we override pain. We override the things we need because it's just not convenient. It's not convenient for our lives or anything. But with chronic pain, it is essential. It is essential to be in partnership with that pain response. It's essential to be in partnership with yourself, to befriend yourself in a way where you are no longer shaming yourself for being in so much pain, where you are no longer belittling or hurting yourself because you did something wrong. It's more about coming in and practicing the energy of, okay, what do I need right now? Okay, well, I need to lay down for a little bit, right? Or maybe I shouldn't have stayed up till 2 a.m. last night, but okay, I'm going to practice not doing that tonight. Right? There becomes this conversation, which in my opinion is about strength. It's not about giving up. It's not about power struggle. It's about intelligence. It's about true somatic intelligence, where you are listening to your body and then you are responding to what it needs. That then creates all these new wonderful pathways, which we call neuroplasticity, that, okay, wow, I can be in a place that feels calmer. On another video, I'll go into the whole nervous system. I don't want to talk about that right now. Right now, I just want you to consider, what does it feel like to be in a friendship? What is the energetics of that? And what would it look like for you to try and do that with your pain?